We're running through some of the biggest news headlines this week so you understand what is going on, the play-by-play here of how the world's changing through the lens of course, politics, finance, and technology. And, of course, those three come together when we talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That is the perfect intersection, which, of course, is why I've chosen that. It is the Venn diagram. It is politics. It is finance. And it is technology. It's the merger of those three things. And we are seeing the transitionary process. You know, in chemistry, you have to mix chemicals together. They have a reaction. And as they change state, it's a very messy process. That's where we're at. The old system is trying to fight and remain relevant while the new system is wiping out. It's called creative destruction. A new thing is created and it destroys the old way, but the old way doesn't want to give up. And we're seeing the old system fighting back with everything it's got. Of course, we're talking about the existing monetary system. It hasn't changed in 100 years, which is why it's all being reset. The old system is old and it's broken and it doesn't work. And it will never work because you can't create money from thin air. It doesn't work. I mean, it works until it doesn't. But all these problems, all these distortions are because of that. And as we have new inventions, new types of technologies like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the old system wants to fight against that. We've been talking about this a lot with the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, and this Operation Choke Point, trying to do everything they can to shut them down. He's been going after all these different cryptocurrency exchanges, shutting them down. The latest one this week was Bittrex, which is one of the longest running exchanges in the United States, which I don't recommend them. They stole money out of my account. I would never use them anyway, so I'm good riddance to them in my opinion. But they shut down their U.S. operations moving offshore because of the U.S. regulations, and they're still getting sued, even though they're getting out of the country. Coinbase, which is maybe the oldest and longest-lasting exchange in the United States, is now saying that they might consider moving out of the U.S. and going to the U.K. because the regulations in the market in the U.S. are so bad. As a matter of fact, you know, I did many videos about this. I made some very bold claims that a lot of people didn't like, and I said that I believe that cryptocurrency as a category, in the old days you can close your eyes and throw a dart and just make money buying crypto. I think that's over because of the regulatory hammer that was going to come down. And I said I think it would be good for Bitcoin, though. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Gary Gensler from the SEC has been throwing around lawsuits left and right like crazy, and he's come under a lot of fire, and rightfully so. I believe the SEC should shut down. He should resign in disgrace. And now we have lawmakers in the United States actually calling for his resignation. Now, this week he came under fire, having to testify in front of Congress. I want to play a couple of clips here for you because it's pretty important what they're saying here. So let's play a couple of clips so you can hear exactly what they're talking about Gensler and what the problems are with his ambiguity when it comes to regulations. Let's go ahead and play this clip here.
Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of individuals...
I'm asking you about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge because I'm also...
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notices on what is a security in your view, in your agency's view. I'm asking you a very simple question about the second largest digital asset. What is your view?
And my view is if there's a group of individuals in the middle that the public is
anticipating... All right, so let me just ask a second question then. Do you think it serves the market for an object to be viewed by the commodities regulator as a commodity?
So I'm going to pause that for a second. So this is Patrick McHenry, the head of the Financial Services Committee, interviewing Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC. And so he said, is Ethereum a security? Simple yes or no question. Is it a security? And Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, and he's like, wait a minute, you're the head of the SEC. Is it? Well, it's not that easy. Well, and then he said, so is the regulatory market or environment clear? Well, so like obviously it's not. Like if he can't say yes or no to that, it's obviously not clear. I mean, obviously, right? It's either black or white or it's not. The laws are supposed to be black or white. Laws are meant to be black and white, and everybody's meant to be able to know what those laws are so that we can plan our lives according to what those laws are. Like the game of basketball. Everybody knows what the rules of basketball are, the laws of basketball, and they're applied to everybody equally. We can all read the rule book, and I can plan my game. As a coach, I could plan my game plan based off of those laws that are written in stone for everybody to read. The law is supposed to be that way, but here Gary Gensler is being accused by Patrick McHenry of having unclear laws. And when he asks him a very clear yes or no question, is Ethereum a security? He can't even answer that. Now he's trying to give this runaround question. Well, if it's controlled by different people, let's hear that.
Be viewed by the commodities regulator as a commodity and the securities regulator to be viewed as a security. Do you think that provides safety and soundness for the product? Do you think it provides consumer protection? Do you think it serves the value of innovation? I think no should be a very simple answer for you here.
I think
that uncertainty is bad, is it not?
And I think that Congress has said that there's one agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, under this committee.
And you won't answer my question, and you're the head of that agency. So give me a break. Come on.
I'm answering it in the generic because you would not want me to speak about any one set of facts and circumstance.
Okay, but you've already spoken. Have you said anything about Bitcoin?
So he is the head. He is supposed to be saying what it is, and the laws are so ambiguous, and they want them this way so they can arbitrarily assign them as they see fit. That's the whole point. Now, this is a big, big problem for reasons that are bigger than you might understand. Let's just hear the rest of this clip real quick.
My predecessors and the agency itself has spoken to them.
Okay, but you're not willing to do the same about Ether. Okay, so let me just step back. There's a lack of clarity here in the marketplace. Can you at least agree to that?
I think that the clarity is there. The law is clear.
All right.
There's a group
so
of individuals
let me be explicit about this. The market doesn't see it. Your regulatory actions and the CFTC's regulatory actions say that there's a great deal of uncertainty here. It is the intention of this committee to fix that uncertainty and actually provide a sound legal basis for this.
So he said, so the market doesn't see it as clarity. Do you think it's clear? And he says, I think it is clear. Okay, great. Well, if it's clear, then tell me, is Ethereum a security or not? If it's clear. But he can't. This gets worse. It's very apparent that inside the United States government, the land of the free, no less, the land of innovation, the land that draws people from all over the world to come here and innovate, has two opposing factions within the government. One that is clearly 100% anti-innovation and technology, and another that continues to hold the U.S. ethos of having innovation and freedom.